everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. This is our TGIF edition, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. From The Bachelor to some pretty sweet events happening this weekend to a photo shoot, and I mean everybody is talking about it. Joining me now to dish about it all is Seattle Refined managing editor at SeattleRefined.com, Britt Thorson. Nice to have you on board.
Thanks for having me, Gard. Happy Friday.
Thank you. It's Friday. Everybody's in a good mood, and
everyone is talking about
get
photo.
to it.
Okay, so remember how Kim Kardashian broke the internet like a while ago? I think Ciara might have actually broken the internet with this photo she posted online on social media a couple days ago.
Wait, how many people are in that?
Exactly. See, it's an interesting photo because it looks like a human octopus, kind of, right? Like there are limbs everywhere. You really have to focus. We think that's Russell Wilson crouching behind her.
But we don't know.
But I mean, technically we don't know. It's pretty safe to assume. But it was for a photo she did for Harper's Bazaar. Kind of a cool photo when you look at it, but it's one of those things when you look at it first, you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? I don't even know like how many people are in that, who's who. She's obviously holding her son.
But it's a cool shot because you want to look at a picture and try to figure it out, and that one's kind of tough. You have to look like 3 times.
It's honestly like, in this day and age, the family photo is like so basic, and that is a family photo that is not basic, right?
Maybe we can try to do it.
Okay, stop. That's enough.
All right, so what's going on with the fashion show over in Bellevue? That thing's percolating again.
So I don't know if you can believe it or not, but we're already talking about Bellevue Fashion Week, which is going to be in September. And the reason we're talking about it, don't worry, I'm not just going to skip all over summer, is because applications, if you are a fashion designer and you want to be part of the Independent Designer Runway Fashion Show, applications are due April 1st.
Wow, look at that. It's a big deal.
It is a huge deal. It's one of our favorite events of the fall of the year, really, but to get there, you need to turn in your application by April 1st. They're going to choose designers at the end of April, and you can find the application on Bellevue Fashion Week. FashionWeekBellevue.com.
And why aren't these models smiling? They all look upset, don't they?
It's
like
true.
They're stuck in traffic for 2
would
hours.
never deign to know what is in a model's head at any given time. But, I mean, yeah, why don't they smile?
I don't know.
I think people look prettier when they smile.
They look great.
To look prettier?
And then we got a block party to talk about up on Capitol Hill.
Yes.
That's pretty fun. Yes,
so this is one, again, we're talking about summer now, which is so exciting. Capitol Hill Block Party is one of the biggest festivals of the entire year, music festivals, and the lineup was announced, the partial lineup was announced earlier this week. Don't feel bad if you don't know these names, but Diplo, Run the Jewels, Jai Wolf, and a bunch of more people were announced. They're going to announce more as the weeks go on. People are pumped up about it.
Now, do you remember when Macklemore got on Dick's? That wasn't part of this party, was it?
No, that was he was shooting a music video.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, but it is, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, actually, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Macklemore has performed at Capitol Hill Block Party before. But, I mean, they shut down like 6 blocks of Capitol Hill. So if you don't like music, stay away from the area at that time because traffic is horrible. But it's just a huge, big party in the center of the city.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And there's nothing better, right?
No, nothing better at all. All right, let's talk a little real estate because you know I love real estate. And I got on your site.
You do.
And I found that house that they're going to raffle off. What a cool house.
It is. So every single year, the Puget Sound Raffle, in partnership with the Special Olympics, finds a house that is their grand prize. And this is what you get if you enter the Puget Sound Raffle. It's in Kirkland. It's a 5-bed, 5-bath. There's got a pool, a hot tub. It's Lake Washington views.
Yes.
But here's the catch. So if you win the grand prize, you can either walk away with this house or with $4 million
I'm taking the cash. Definitely taking the cash.
But I mean, look at the house. It's pretty amazing. But when you factor in taxes.
That's what I said. I can't afford the taxes.
And again, and who knows, there might be some, fine print on maybe there's some of that is covered, but it would be hard to look at that and walk away from it, but at the same time, $4 million in cash. It's also pretty great. Early bird tickets are on sale right now, and the drawing isn't until May 12th.
Yeah,
so
it's like
either way,
5,100 square feet too. It's got the boat dock there.
It is. I mean, it really does have like everything you want. You're not that far from downtown Seattle, like us. I'm thinking about myself, like, oh, could I commute? Like I would ever win that house.
Yeah, and you were busy a little bit earlier this week with the whole Bachelor thing because Taylor was here.
Oh my gosh, Taylor. So if you watch The Bachelor, you will know that we had a local on this year. She was kind of cast as the villain. Her name is Taylor. She was famous for fighting with Corinne, and we actually sat down and got an interview with her earlier this week. Take a peek.
One of the hardest parts is being that vulnerable and that exposed to like all of America and the world, frankly, because there are people all over the world who watch the show, and just dealing with everyone's opinions on what was shown about you. That's, I think, definitely the hardest part.
Catch our full interview with Taylor next week on Seattle Refined. We'll have it for you on Tuesday. If you watch The Bachelor, you know it's all about the drama.
Yeah.
And you say, and Chris Harrison, that host, says the most dramatic episode ever, every single episode. So you can't really trust him, but at the same time, all the episodes are dramatic. So I got you, Chris.
And then again, the big finale is coming
next
up
Monday.
Next Monday, right?
So we find out whether Vanessa or Raven win. My bet's on Raven.
Yeah, me too.
I think Vanessa's gonna. You don't know.
I know. I don't know.
I like that you just agree with me. That's good. Just agree with me. It makes me feel better.
All right, let's take a sneak peek of the finale.
I came here to find a love that I've never felt before, and a love that has the strength to last a lifetime. So now I feel lucky because I'm in love with Raven and Vanessa.
Yay, I get to see you. Ah, you got me. I love Nick, and I've like never felt this way about a person.
Up the mountain we go.
I am so in love with Nick. He's what I've always dreamt of in a future husband.
I love you.
I'm in love with these two women. But I've been incredibly terrified because I was very much in love with Andy and Caitlin. And I was really heartbroken both times. And I am terrified that will happen again. I'm sorry, I'm taking so long to figure my heart out. There's so many questions that I don't have answers to.
Do you feel like you're ready to propose?
The week's not over.
See, I don't like that answer.
I'm just afraid. If I leave here alone, I'll be devastated, I'll be heartbroken. It would have been a lot for nothing. Hopefully, my heart will know what it needs to do.
Yeah, I can see how it just kind of sucks you in. I haven't watched every episode, but once you start watching, it grabs you.
It's hard, and like Nick, if you guys watch, you know this will be his third time on one of these shows trying to find love. And all of us are just like, Nick, honey, find it somewhere. Like, I don't know where you have to find it, but find it. I hope it's on this episode.
Well, you know, all this drama is making me so hungry. It is. No, it really is.
Good. Well, lucky for you, we are in the second week of Dine Around Seattle. We talked about it last week. You'll remember Dine Around Seattle is one of our favorite times of year. This is where basically for 3 weeks, from Sunday to Thursday of every single week, more than 50 restaurants participate in this special prefix menu, which you can get for either $22, $33, or $44. Some places even do an $18 lunch. Now, if that sounds still a little pricey for you, think about it this way. Some of these restaurants usually have meals upwards of $100. So this is a perfect way of getting a little bit of a snippet of what you could get normally, but for like half the price, a third of the price, a fourth of the price.
Yeah.
Check it all out. Literally more than 50 restaurants in our area are participating. So there might have been one that's been on your list for a while. It might be participating, so check it out.
And this is where I didn't see any French toast down there. I didn't see anything.
But you know where you can see French toast, and that's on SeattleRefined.com. One of our favorite stories is up right now. It's the best places in Seattle to find French toast.
Gosh.
Now, Guard, tell me this. Are you a French toast, a waffle, or a pancake person?
Well, I was a waffle guy until I saw these pictures.
I was going to say, I usually go for the waffles, but some of these French toasts sound absolutely amazing. There's a monkey bread French toast at the High Life.
Look at that.
And
look how crispy that looks.
Check out this. At 8 Ounce Burger and Company, they do a French toast burger. So there's a burger patty, bacon, egg, and then it's between 2 pieces of vanilla brioche.
So you get a little protein.
So you get a little
Look
protein.
At this. Look at that.
I know. I'm more of kind of the simple French toast. Yeah, there it is. I'm more of the simple French toast layered with like whipped cream and like, you know, berries, and that's my kind of French toast. I'd be a little scared to try that guy with the bacon and the burger in it.
Yeah. You know, I missed you in Hawaii this week, or a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And we went to Aulani at Disney World.
In Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we still have this big contest going on.
We do. You know, it would just be rude of us to go to Hawaii and talk about how we were able to go to Hawaii and not offer you guys the chance to go. And guess what? Our contest ends tonight at 11:59. So if you haven't gotten all 5 code words, don't worry. We've got kind of a cheat sheet for you. Go to SeattleRefined.com/Aulani. You can get all of the code words, and then all you have to do literally is enter them into our system, and you could win a family vacation to
Nice.
this beautiful place that we were able to go to too. Seriously.
And there's the lazy river. Look
I was
at that.
going to say 11:59 tonight, people. That's your deadline.
Look at those kids having
Look
fun.
at just hanging out.
Oh, man. There's Alani right there. Oh,
Yeah.
I've been on that beach. I've been in that water.
It's worth it, especially if you have kids in a family. I would say like one of the top destinations to go to.
All right, Britt Thorson,
Yeah.
I think you're coming back in the show, right?
That's right.
All right, well, you hang tight. Seattle Refined is just getting warmed up. Refined reveals the rough road to Best in Show as dog lovers converge on the Emerald City. We're back right after this. Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm Guard Swanson. You know, you all know how much we love our dogs here in Refined, and this weekend is the Seattle Kennel Club Dog Show at CenturyLink Event Center. Earlier this week, Refined's John Prentice discovered the road to Best in Show is more inclusive and less aloof than you might think.
For the people who raise and train dogs for shows like this week's Seattle Kennel Club and Dog Show, winning Best in Show is a big deal.
Best in Show is like winning the Daytona 500. It's a crowning achievement, especially for an owner handler.
So this is James. James is a champion English pointer. He's 3 years old. And this is Gina. And Gina is grand champion Coralwood Canics, no crying in baseball.
This graceful pooch has a national title under her belt, and this year is hoping for Best in Show.
So some of the things that the judges look for in a dog are confirmation. Is the dog built to do the job that it was meant to do? Gina, as a hunting dog, is built properly for her job. What a good girl! Yes, you are. Good girl, Gigi. My feeling is that these are my pets, and this is the fun stuff that I do with my pets. And it's great to have something to do, to look forward to be interested in, and they're beautiful dogs. It does require training. It requires some time and attention and building relationship and understanding your breed.
Tim and Candace breed and show poodles and Labradors.
How adorable are these things?
How could you not love a little fat-faced lab puppy?
Fantastic. Anything else you want to say about puppies? I mean, they just have this power to put smiles on people's faces, right?
There's nothing better than puppy breath.
So I understand that this is where you clean up the dogs to get them ready to go to show.
Correct. This is the grooming area.
You also clean it pretty well here. Look at you.
Isn't it something?
Now, this was totally out of your element, right?
Oh, yes. I'm a construction worker. I'm an electrical contractor.
Candace says when she and Tim met, he had never shown a dog before, and that would change.
I had been doing it for 30 years when he met me, and I really didn't want to stop. Growing up in Alaska, our family's always had animals, always. From basset hounds to you name it, my dad had a monkey even. But I've always had a love for animals, and when I met Candace, she had an obvious passion for this, and I thought if I was smart, I would probably see what this passion is. This picture, John, is the first day I showed a dog that Candy allowed me to go into the ring. And I actually won.
Tim and Candace have been showing and breeding dogs together for about 15 years now. They've won a coveted Best in Show title and have even been to Westminster. But they say the best part of showing dogs is
the animals, the people, the compassionate people I've met that care so much for their breeds. And the friendships are incredible, unforgettable. I never saw that coming in my life.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
Oh, man. I'm just going to give you a reaction here when we saw the 3 black labs. Britt and I was like, oh, my gosh, those are so cute. Oh,
It was
my
the
God.
ultimate armful
Wasn't
of
it?
love.
All
Oh my
fluffy and
gosh.
warm.
I just want to
And they're just hanging out, too.
I know, but guess what? I'm going to the dog show tomorrow morning because we're going to do a Facebook Live tour of the dog show because we understand not everyone can make it, come all the way out to Seattle. Parking is, whatever the reason is. But I'll give you a tour. Log on to our Facebook page tomorrow morning around 10 and just watch.
Yeah.
You won't be able to snuggle the puppies.
We love our
but-
dogs here, don't we?
Oh my gosh, we're borderline obsessed.
I know, and sometimes we sneak our dogs in the door, but don't tell Sinclair Broadcasting that. Sometimes we take them through the back door.
I
to
don't
get
do that. It's never me. No, we do. We do love our dogs, and especially we have a refined Pet of the Week program that we do. We always need more people to submit their pets. It's really easy. If you have a cute dog that you want to have a photo shoot with, or a cat or a pet for that matter.
Any pet.
Any pet. It doesn't have to be a dog.
Yeah.
Email us at hello@ciararefined.com, and we will profile your little
Yes. All right. Thank you, Britt. Hey, have a good weekend and have fun at the dog show.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited.
Well, coming up, after a day of playing in the snow, what better way to relax and unwind than a delicious dinner? Refined takes you in the kitchen of the finest restaurant you'll find the next time you head north to Whistler. We're back after this. Here at Seattle Refined, we never get tired of hearing from you. Like us on Facebook, tweet us your story ideas, or shoot us an email telling us what you want to see on the show. You can find our inbox at hello@seattlerefined.com. Seattle Refined will be right back. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, all week we've been showing you some of our favorite things to do in Whistler, BC. And we've learned while most people go for the outdoors, they stay for the food. And if it's fine dining you crave, Carrie Brandenburg shows us one village restaurant doing it right.
Forget grabbing pizza or poutine after a long day on the mountain. Go big at one of the best fine dining restaurants in Whistler, possibly BC.
Araxes has grown up with the village, you know, being Lot 1 and starting 35 years ago. We've been very much at the heart of the evolution of Whistler.
The man behind the Araxes magic is executive chef James Walt, who's kind of a big deal.
And you've been around almost as long as the restaurant itself, right?
Yeah, actually I started here 19 years ago.
Wow.
Chef James has 2 cookbooks and a James Beard Award nomination. He's also just a really cool guy. I chatted with him as he made a top dish, Canadian shrimp and grilled avocado, that you can find in his new cookbook.
So at this point, I'm just going to kind of put them on the grill. And all I really want to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of smoky flavor out of these.
Yeah. You're a big farm-to-table guy. Has that always kind of been your motto, or has that really kind of grown with working at Araxes?
No, it's 100%. Like, I grew up in a farming community. I've spent my life on farms. You know, the Pacific Northwest, as you well know, like, geographically, we're pretty spoiled, you know, fish, meats, wine country. So it's really easy to be out here and to cook farm to table.
What makes this place so special to someone who is visiting Whistler for the first time or really wants that experience?
I think the greatest thing about being a chef here is that you get an international clientele, which we really like. You get people from all walks, so because of that, like, I'm always looking to feature things that maybe people haven't had elsewhere.
But Araxes isn't his only baby. Chef James also has a passion project next door called Bar Oso.
It's very different from Araxes, but I think it's something very different for the village. And it was just small plates, Spanish-inspired. I basically created a place where I can go and eat after I'm done here. It's open a couple hours later, so...
Bar Oso was an opportunity for us to build something that was missing in Whistler, but also something we were given the opportunity, James and I, to build something that we thought would be a really great fit within Whistler. It's a small space, it's going to be an intimate space, so it's a Spanish theme, but BC sourced.
Bar Oso may soon follow Araxes' lead and become a culinary staple in Whistler.
We're always evolving and changing. We're very much, I think, the Whistler experience.
Oh, that avocado and shrimp looks great. I'm getting hungry. We'll be right back after this. Keep it here on Seattle Refined. All right, we're about finished with this episode of Seattle Refined. As we end the show, here are some of our favorite photos and moments of the week. Have a great Friday and a weekend, everybody.